All right, what's going on, everybody? I gotta fix this for a second. Keep that over there. So this is the collection of haunted dolls that we have. So mainly, most of these pieces we got from a eBay haunted mystery box, and the letter that we received with them I will read right now. It's right here, paranormal mystery box. So I'm just gonna set this like this, and it says, "Welcome to your extra large size paranormal mystery box. It's full of only the darkest and most negative entities. Thank you for supporting my small business as well as your interest in the darker aspects of the paranormal realm. A little bit of background on me: I've been a longtime collector of spirited, metaphysical, and otherwise paranormal inclined vessels. Last year I made a decision to start putting together mystery boxes containing spirits from my collection so that others get the opportunity to experience the paranormal too. Happy haunting." I do want to start your box off by saying that many people find darker, demonic, and all-around negative entities to be very overwhelming. So be wary on while you're working with these specific beings, as they can be quite draining even to the most experienced of people. Some of the experiences we have had while working with these vessels specifically have been seeing apparition and shadow figures, plagued by nightmares, sleep paralysis during overnight workings, our equipment going off or going from full battery to becoming completely depleted in only a few minutes times. These vessels have moved on their own accord. Music has been played on its own as well. Some members have been scratched, physically tortured by these dark entities associated with these objects. It is important to keep in mind that while working with these and experiencing these spirits' presence here, darker entities tend to make attempts at portraying themselves as someone innocent other than that they actually are, to attempt to gain the trust of others around them. The very old baby dolls in your box today have attempted to perpetrate the belief that they are spirited by children, but upon further inspection with mediums and those that are gifted, we have become acutely aware that the alleged children are illusionary puppets being utilized by very dark, sinister entities that want to attach themselves to humans, try to use their energy to become more powerful. I do want to make a mystery box experience immersive, so I do not provide stories or insights into all vessels contained here. I will say that some of the objects here were also used in attempted demonic summoning rituals and seances that are believed to have been successful. In my experience, pendulums, music boxes, spirit boxes, REM pods, flashlights work the best in communicating with these entities. Please be wary while working with these entities, and as always, happy haunting. So that is what we got here. And with this, since we've now gotten it to turn green twice, I am going to turn it down a little bit because I don't like to be getting like freaking this thing going off random times, and sometimes with the Flux 2 I got from Ghost Stop, you know, depending on how far you are, or how far the length of the room is, so on and so forth. If you put it on too high of a setting, it can go off like kind of randomly sometimes, and I don't want that to interfere. And I usually found a sweet spot that it's just below half, and I had it on half, so I just went a little bit below half on the knob, so I was gonna give a little bit of time. So, you know, my wife and I have done many tests with a lot of these, and we actually didn't get much. The only cool thing that I think I got of anything, and it was just one time, and you know, could have been a coincidence, was with this white gentleman here, the statue that's broken, because when I actually got it in, it came in broken like that. So when I was doing individual tests on everything, I was using the spirit box, I was doing all kinds of things. I don't know if I'll be able to pull up that evidence or not. The only cool thing that came through the spirit box at one point was, my legs. I swear to God, I was like, that's kind of weird that I got that. But other than that, that was kind of the only thing that I heard. And I've had these for, I don't know, months now, if not, like, might even be close to a year at this point. And, you know, I don't feel anything crazy. I never had experienced anything. And, you know, we don't really get a lot of action in this house as it is. Most recently, we had a few cool responses that were pretty accurate off of a few of the tools going off, using also like a, you know, ghost hunting app or whatever it's called, spirit app. What is it called? Ghost tube. There you go. So anyway, yeah, this is pretty much everything. So this girl over here with the blue dress, we got her from a metaphysical store out kind of in the Mendon area. I kind of forget the name of the place, along with this clown as well. So the story on the girl with the curly hair is that when we went there, we were actually hoping to find some we were hoping to find some, yeah, see, I see the EMF is going off, but I think it's probably from my phone, because I did just get like a YouTube notification at the same time as that went red. So I'm going to move over here. And as far as the triangle going off, I don't know why it just randomly went off. I don't like that. So needless to say, we got this doll. We were there looking at, hoping to get like a haunted doll or get some kind of, you know, equipment, which we did end up getting a music box while we were there. But then she had this doll, and she said that actually somebody recently came in and they dropped that doll off and said, you can keep it. I think it's haunted. I don't want it. Have it. And, you know, she wasn't going to sell it because she's like kind of excited a little bit, and she wanted to do her own experimenting on it. But we ended up telling her, like, can we please buy it from you? And we'll do our own, investigations on it. And if we find anything, we'll like tag you and we'll post blah, blah, blah. Of course, we did a lot of investigating with her and we didn't come up with anything. So that's the downside to that. And then the clown one was one that I think a friend of hers found at like a, you know, a yard sale or something like that. And, you know, they picked it up, and she ended up, or her friend ended up giving it to her and was like, hey, maybe you can sell this. I don't know if it's haunted or not, kind of thing. And we kind of liked it, and we thought it was kind of cool. So we got that as well, just because you never know. You know, sometimes getting dolls from a yard sale could potentially have a spirit in it. You never really know until you test it. So, you know, right now, that's kind of where we're at. These are all of the dolls here, and I'm going to go out on a whim and say ahead of time that I don't think any of them are haunted at all. That's just what I've experienced from all of them. So, as you guys know, if you have been watching any of my shorts or anything, we have recently purchased 2, maybe even 3. That could be a surprise. But as far as you know, 2 dolls. One of them is supposedly possessed or whatever, or holds a demonic spirit in it. We'll have to see if that is true or not. And then the other one is supposed to be just like a nice positive spirit. And the people that sell the dolls on that specific page that I got it off of on eBay, or that seller, they do investigations just like this with spirit boxes, and they're same thing. I'm just sitting here with all my stuff, and then they wrote down the evidence that they found from their dolls. So they did get some potential responses, and then they're selling them to give them to someone else to potentially do the same thing. So that's just why I decided I kind of like that seller, because they're sitting here doing the same thing as I'm trying to do here, is find out if maybe something that's on eBay that says it's haunted, maybe it really is, maybe it's not. I'm willing to risk and pay some money to find out. So that's why I got all these things. And as I say something, little cat ball goes off. So I didn't say nothing. You know, maybe something touched it. I don't know. If something touched it, can you confirm that by making the triangle go green? If you lower the temperature, you can make it go green. And if you raise the temperature, you can make it go red. Or you can wave in front of, it's also motion, so you can wave on the left or right of it. Your right is green and your left is red. All right, so back to where we were. I had to pause it to go check on the food I got going. I'm also gonna put this here. I don't know. This is basically something that I just like whipped up at my shop. I don't really like dowsing rods too much because I think they can be manipulated kind of like, even if it's not on purpose. I mean, I know that they are supposed to find like water lines or whatever, or water source. Is that same cat ball or is that a different one? That's a good question. That might have been a different one actually, because I think the other one was the one on the left. So let's ask that again. If you decide to touch the cat ball, can you also touch a different one and set a different one off? If there was a spirit here that decided to react with that, you touch it. That's the same one, but that's kind of cool. Now I see that that same cat ball was reacted with. Can you touch a different one and set one off other than the same one? Any other one but the one you just set off, please. Just to confirm that that was you messing around with it. Any other cat ball. One, two, three, four, five. We have 6 of them total. Can you touch any of the other ones? Possibly. So anyway, about the dowsing rod thing. So I decided to build this here. Whether or not it's going to do anything, tough to say. I mean, it has a little, probably too much play in it. But, so basically, I built that so that if energy wants to move it around like it does when you hold it, it would be more realistic to me to see it move when it's in there. And I don't think that was I don't know if that was a no to the cat ball thing or it's the same cat ball now. So now we have that same cat ball goes off 3 times in a row. So because I am Mr. Skeptical, I'm going to move that cat ball. So I might set off the triangle when I do it. Yep. And I'm gonna move this cat ball out a little bit because, you know, whether or not that could be from, and I think the dowsing is moving because I touched it with my leg. I like to move stuff around. If that same cat ball keeps going off, then I might just take it out of the equation. If there's a spirit here, can you touch one of the cat balls again, please? If that was you touching it or not. Potentially the one other than the one that's already been lighting up 3 times in a row. Can you touch any other cat ball for me, please? If you'd like to communicate, or if you're just like kind of having fun, messing around, touch any of the cat balls. I also have these dowsing rods right here in front of us. The dowsing rods, if you make it into an X, you can make it for a yes. And if you make it go outwards, you can make it for a no. I don't know how much energy that's going to take to do. That's probably going to take a lot of energy. But if you can do that, that would be absolutely incredible. Feel free to use any energy that you can. You can use it from my phone. You can use it from any of my devices here or from any of the appliances in the kitchen. So I'm not sure what caused that for a yes, but I asked a question earlier about if you were just here to mess around. I'm not really sure, I kind of forget now what they were saying yes to, I don't know. But if you feel like moving the dowsing rods, which is the copper rods that are sitting in that weird wooden box thing, feel free to move that if you can. If you can touch any of the cat balls or set the EVP off or even touch the cool antenna over there, it'll make some cool lights and some cool noises, you could do that. So we are getting a little bit of responses on the triangle here. I mean, I'm not like physically asking like direct questions per se, but I am asking questions as I go. If there is a spirit potentially trying to communicate through it, or if it's just kind of going off on its own, hard to say right now. I mean, if you are a male, can you turn it green? And if you are a female, can you turn it red? It seems like if there's a spirit here, you seem to be using the triangle quite a bit. If that's a spirit setting that off, can you let me know if you are a male or a female? Remember, female is, male was green and female is red. Please. You can also make the dowsing rods into an X for male and outwards for a female. Remember, you can use any energy from this room, from me, or from any appliances, or from my phone to use any of these objects here. That is okay by me. Whatever it takes to get these objects to set off are my tools. Okay, I'm not getting a response to male or female. If you are 20 years of age and younger, can you turn it green? And if you are 20 years of age and older, can you turn it red, please? Okay, so 20 and over, potentially. And that was a pretty fast response, so whether or not it is... We'll try something again. If you are a spirit that is attached to one of these dolls, can you turn it green? And if you are a spirit that's just visiting, or you reside here that's just nothing to do with the dolls, can you turn it red, please? So remember, green if you are attached or you are into these dolls, and red if you are just like kind of a spirit just chilling, hanging out here.